All right, folks. Cardane here from Cardane CTG. Welcome back to another rendition. Earlier today, I posted my Loot Crate video, and upon further inspection, on page one of the Covert manual, gives you a little reading. Invite. Last month there was like a little game board, and they gave you. I hear a lot of people talking shit about this month's Loot Crate. However, there's an interactive instead of a game board. There's tasks that you got to figure out, clues and whatnot. You got to be like a spy. There's other people out there. I don't know if anybody else has put this out here, but I'm gonna put it out here. How I figured everything out. It took me a little while. I'll go through the process as well. All right. After reading this little paragraph, let's see. If you're reading this message, Agent Lee, to your covert status has been compromised and we cannot send backup. However, we were able to get this loot crate to you before our contact line went dark. Enclosed, you will find all the tools necessary to get back to HQ with not only your life but with valuable intel intact as well. The odds are against you, but with the correct tools and your sharpest wit, we should meet again in the near future. Good luck and geek speed, Leet. Thank you, Team Loot Crate. So, upon further inspection, earlier I made mention to this. First thing first is set encrypted login. Gives you the password, bunch of stars, letter N, and this URL. So I type in the URL and it takes me to a screen with this exact login, but the username is blank. Um, So I'm like, okay, how do I figure out the username? Because I've looked through everything, nothing really said it. So at first I was thinking, being that this was a 3D barcode, I tried to scan it with the phone, my cell phone, pad, or any other device that I had to scan that barcode, and it's nothing. Um, there was a couple of there was another one. There's a couple another barcode somewhere. I can't remember off the top of my head. Uh, in the book. You said the book, love? Oh, on the Mad Book. Oh, there was one there, but none of that worked. I then noticed that on the keypad, you have some letters that are darkened out. You have exactly 11 blank spaces with the N included. So I counted these up. There's exactly 11 dark letters. It's an anagram. You figure out the anagram, um, and you figure that out. I have not figured out if there was a clue anywhere to figure out that. Um, we just tried a couple different things. My first guess was New Right KAL, or I tried a couple of variations, but I had three letters left over. And then Nightwalker came up in conversation, and between me and the wife, and she came up with it. Just FYI, it was not me, it was her. And typed it in, and poof, got me to the next stage. Next stage was the most difficult stage of it all. You'll hear the clue, and it'll talk about um, it'll talk about the clue will talk about um, a face and encrypted, blah 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 blah. If you get to it and you don't want to hear this, I would skip this part now. But it took me a little bit. It pretty much talked about a watch. It was pretty easy to figure out the face was talking about a face, like a watch face. I'm sorry, wrong side. A watch face. Now, you got this cover with a whole bunch of numbers. This is where I went to first. This is a distraction. This is useless. This cover, pointless. I spent probably an hour trying to look at this, look through this. Um, Talked about a face being hidden and the code being behind the face. They give you a little card here. I'm like, maybe it's someone wearing a mask and you got to hold it up to the light. Hell, I did that even. Maybe you hold it up to the light and you can see through the page and there's a code behind it. No. Um, I thought of a lot of different things. However, the code is you must take apart your watch completely. The code, once you take off all the pieces, the code is on the silver battery. I'm not going to give you the code because I'm going to make you actually work for it. Take your watch apart. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6. How can I put that? It's a 6 variables just in sequence. Um, it should be pretty easy to find. Take apart your watch. Um, then after the watch, it was the dates. It's going to ask you for 2 important dates. Um, it's going to talk about how there was how did it go? It's going to talk about um, it's going to talk about a an article that was written about how well it talks about how you are trying not to stick out, and people with beards are technically evil, and what individuals with beards tend to stick out, and then blah blah blah. So on and on and on. It pretty much goes on to ask you about 2 specific dates on a specific page about an individual. Uh, Not about an individual, but it goes on to pretty much state stuff about how there was an individual that was quote unquote. He doesn't use the word clone, but I can only think of the clone right now. If you know anything about Metal Gear Solid, oh well, Metal Gear, on the PlayStation there was a game released called Metal Gear Solid, and you figure out that Snake Plissken and Fox, if I remember his name right, or actually uh, clones, pretty much. Um, and it was a failed experiment, blah blah blah. So I read their article, hopped on. So I read the article, hoping to find it in there. Hopped on the website to complete the article. Totally not it. Um, but this booklet is your key. Orphan Black is your key. Down here in the pink. Haven't you heard of this awesome Canadian sci-fi series about a girl and her clone doppelgangers? Well, come read all about it with this exclusive Loot Crate cover variant of the very first issue of Orphan Black. This is your clue. As much as I didn't want to do it, this made me open this. Your next one is um, your next clue is in here. There'll be 2 birthdays on 1 page. Plain and simple. Then the last one, after the birthdays, it went to what? Oh, right.
Where the penguin lives.
It's gonna ask you where the penguin lives. A lot of people with comic book history, he's gonna make a bad joke about going mad and whatnot, and filling in the blanks. Mad Libs. Going mad. Well, this side. Going mad. And fill in the blanks. If you've ever done a Mad Lib, you know what's going on. You pretty much, every blank space that tells you something to do, give you a word, verb, give yourself a verb ending in ing, so you can fill in the blank. These are actually pretty fun. Ever bored in a car? This could be interesting. Um, let's just put it this way. Where does the penguin live? You're gonna look in here. You're looking for literally. I flipped through half these pages before I stopped, and I'm like, it's not in one of the stories. The penguin is not in one of the stories. It's in one, two. Within the first couple flips of opening this thing, you should see a penguin. When you see the penguin, there'll be his city location above him. You type that in, that's your code. Last but not least, this is your final code. It's going to pretty much ask you for the agent's name that handed out a bunch of blah blah blah, handed some stuff out, and they want his name. Even though he is known by another name, they want his agent name. You open this up, there's a picture of a dude. You take his name, the agent name, not the actor's name, but the agent in the story. You type his agent name in, that is the last one. Once you get through that, it's going to take you through a completion screen, and you're going to fill out some stuff, and you're going to get a reward. These are all the hints I'm going to give you. I think you should actually go through here and work. I've given you enough clues, I've given enough hints. If you can't figure this out uh, with these hints and clues, then we have a problem. The most difficult one was the watch. I'm telling you right now, by far, I spent probably an hour and a half, almost 2 hours on this fucking watch, trying to figure out that clue. All the others are a walk in the park compared. Um, if you have any other questions, cares, concerns, or thanks, if you like this video and you like the help, please like and or subscribe down below. My Twitter account is Twitter/Cardane CTG. Facebook is the same. And you already know the YouTube channel. Stop in, watch me out on my live stream on twitch.tv/Cardane. Um, Tonight I am going to go ahead and continue playing Diablo 3 as you see in the background here. Other than that, keep it real, guys.